Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and today, thanks to the lovely Primal Lugia from Poké Guardian, and some distributors, we have a whole list of release dates. Now, these are release dates which have come from, I believe, a distributor. However, these go a little bit into the future, and these are absolutely, completely, and utterly subject to change. So I'm going to give you all of these dates, and I'm going to tell you what these products are, and I'm going to tell you what I think we can glean from them. But these are subject to change, and all we have are names and dates. So when I can tell you something concrete, I'll try and make it clear that this is something we actually know. But do bear in mind that as much as I'm sharing this information because it's real, it is subject to change, and we don't know everything, so a rather large pinch of salt as we go through today's video. We all cool with that? Excellent. So with all that borne in mind, let's start off with the Sword and Shield 9 set, which is apparently coming on the 25th of March. Now, we know at this stage absolutely nothing about Sword and Shield 9. We know that Sword and Shield 8 is coming out in the not too distant future over in Japan. We know that Sword and Shield 8 is called Fusion Arts. We know that it is introducing fusion Pokemon like that ridiculous Genesect. We know that our Sword and Shield 8 is blatantly just going to be a fusion set. Now, we do need to do a video about that. It's coming in the not too distant future because it's a little bit weird. It's a single set in Japan and there is no Sword and Shield 7A. So rather than a double set and a mini set, we've just got a single set. So it is going to be a weirder set. But we know that's a thing. We have information about Sword and Shield 8 in Japan that we can extrapolate with a very high degree of confidence over here. Sword and Shield 9, we know nothing. We've not seen a sell sheet over in Japan. We've not really seen any hints and credible rumors. We have seen nothing. So I'm not going to tell you anything about Sword and Shield 9 because there is nothing I can tell you. Obviously, it's coming out on the 25th of March, if I said that yet. And the 25th of March, incidentally, is an awesome date, because it is my wife and I's wedding anniversary, and I did not just pause this recording to go and check the chopping board that has our wedding anniversary burned into it, because if I had to check when our wedding anniversary was, that would make me a bad husband. So I have informed my wife, I'm like, good news, wife, there's an extra special reason to be excited about our wedding anniversary. New Pokemon set. She was about as excited as you might imagine. So the usual things are coming along. There's going to be an Elite Trainer box, which you would expect. I don't know if we're getting 1 or 2 for this set, because we know nothing about the set. We are also getting a booster box, which makes perfect sense. That's kind of how the game is sold. And sleeved booster packs. Those are just the ones in the cardboard sleeves. You see them in shops all over the place. And then a Spring Build and Battle Stadium. Now, this is kind of cool. This is the product that we saw for the first time with Evolving Skies. This is the one where you get the 2 Build and Battle boxes and some extra packs and a couple of other bits as well. It's basically the set that lets you have a pre-release at home with one other person. It's actually really cool. And I have heard they are actually, I thought they might be a US exclusive, but it seems like they might in fact be coming out basically everywhere, which is a really cool thing. And they haven't told us this, but by the same token, you can probably assume there's going to be 1-pack blisters. And there's going to be 3-pack blisters. And there's going to be check lane blisters with an evolution line. This isn't confirmed, but again, every time a new set comes out, we get this kind of stuff. Now, that's what's coming out for Sword and Shield 9. Again, I'm not even going to make any real predictions here because we know nothing about the set. In January, on the 28th of January, and on February, on the 25th of February, we are getting a V collection. The January V collection and the February V collection. And basically, we've seen these all like a million times before. So you've got things like the Dragonite V box, for instance, the one that's coming out in the not too distant future. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here. Now, I do at this stage have to mention, if you look at the Dragonite box, it does say Dragonite V box, it does not say V Collection, which is kind of interesting. So it could be a different kind of product here. However, I have seen these boxes listed as V Collections in the past at various places, so I'm assuming this is what it is, but the fact that the language on the box says Dragonite V Box, and these are listed as V Collection, just bear in mind it could be something slightly different. And then also on the 25th of March, we have a bunch of things which are listed. And again, I'm going to ask you to take this all with a little bit of a pinch of salt. This is too much. There are too many products listed on the 25th of March. I refuse to believe that Pokemon is going to drop a new set with all of the things that they generally tend to drop, and also drop all of this on the 25th of March. I believe all of these products are coming, and I believe all of these products are real. However, and I cannot say this clearly enough, there is absolutely no way Pokemon drops this many new things on one day. There is no chance that happens. So some of these are essentially using the 25th of March as a placeholder date. It makes sense if we've got one day like that and they just do a whole bunch of stuff. But again, one more time for those in the back, no chance that all of this gets released on the same day. It would be terrible business on the part of the Pokemon Company, and they're pretty good at this stuff. Okay, cool. So we got Pokeball tins coming out on the 25th of March. These are the ones we've seen before that are, wait for it, shaped like a Pokeball. So, yeah, you get a couple of packs and a coin and all of that. That's fine. V-tins are also coming out on the 25th of March. We've seen these before. So, on the screen, we got the V-Power tins. But then again, we also saw the EVV tins. These tend to be the ones where you get a few packs and you get a Pokemon V, but they could be new like in the EV tins, or they could be reprinted like in the V Power tins. We don't have enough information to say one way or the other at the moment. There are also mini tins coming out. These are the ones where they all come with an art card and you can line them up and make a lovely picture. They are the products that I basically never buy, but I know some people love them, so that's cool. Probably the most exciting product on here, or at least one of them, is the Arceus figure collection box. It's clearly some kind of a collection box with an Arceus figure. We again have no news about this, but you know how there's an Arceus V promo that we don't have? Which is a pre-order bonus if you buy Legends Arceus over in Japan. But we have no word as to exactly how it's going to be released over here. And now we've got some weird Arceus box. We don't really know what's in it. You can put it together at this stage, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying that the Arceus V is coming in this box, but I am saying that it would make sense, and it is a fairly sensible prediction. Now, there is a March V box coming. Now, this is the one that makes me pause for thought, because again, March V box is just like the Dragonite one. Which then makes me go back to January and February's V collection and go, I don't really know what they are. I am not aware, and again, if I've missed something, please, please, please let me know in the comment section. But I'm not aware of any Pokemon V collection that we generally tend to have released here. And if you Google Pokemon V collection, what you actually get is a whole bunch of listing for Pokemon V boxes. But then again, if it was the same thing, why would they list Pokemon V box in March, but collection in January and February? And again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Now, there is a March Premium collection, and at this stage, I'm starting to think we're talking VMAX Climax. Now, remember, I told you that VMAX Climax was coming out in Japan in December. Not confirmed, but very, very, very likely. And that it was very, very, very likely to be a high-class pack, again, not confirmed, like things like GX Ultra Shiny, which ended up becoming Hidden Fates. And I told you this would be released as its own set, and that set would probably be coming out towards the beginning of next year. So I'm willing to bet that's what this is, because we're getting a bunch of products like the Arceus figure collection and the Premium collection, and frankly, ladies and gentlemen, Premium collection is not phrasing we see from Pokemon generally outside of a special set. So when they call it a premium collection, I'm thinking like well, actually, we did see the other day the Pikachu and Zekrom premium collection, but that's GX, not Pokemon V. But then I'm thinking about things like the Ultra Premium Collection that we see in Celebrations. So this Premium Collection, to me, is shouting special set. Not confirmed, purely speculation, but that makes sense. We're also getting a V-Union Collection on the 25th of March, and it would make sense. Remember, we're getting those first 3 sets of V-Union, and then we're getting Pikachu V-Union, which is coming as part of Celebrations, a special set. So it would absolutely make sense, although again, not confirmed, that we would get a new V-Union as part of this VMAX Climax set coming out soon. Makes perfect sense. There is a premium tournament collection coming. Now this, I don't think would be part of a special set. I think this would just be the sequel to Marnie. And bearing in mind, we had a bunch of those autograph things that were just released over in Japan. Those autograph packs like Marnie was originally, featuring Bee, Leon, Nessa, and Raihan. So there is a very good chance one of those ends up being the premium tournament collection. If you asked me to guess, I would guess Leon, but I want it to be Bee. We are then getting a spring collector's chest. And again, we've seen these chests a million times before. They are basically a big metal lunchbox that comes with some promos and packs and all of that. Brilliant, brilliant presents for kids. I gave my daughter the lunchbox that I got, the one I opened a few weeks ago. She loves it. So that makes perfect sense. We are getting a Battle Academy, which again is a little bit of one of those weird products we don't tend to see all that often. But it is actually the one they basically did like a board game. And I told you there was going to be a second one of these. And this wasn't some kind of ridiculous clairvoyant prediction on my part. It was a pretty obvious prediction to make. Because remember, the Battle Academy we had was based off of those family products that were released over in Japan. And Japan got a second lot of family decks, which made it an extremely easy prediction that they were going to do a second Battle Academy. So that's essentially what this is. This is one of those products where I can really say with certainty it is just going to be the Japanese Family Collection repackaged as a Battle Academy. Some of the ones like the Pokeball tins and the mini tins, we really know what they're going to be, but we don't know what kind of things are going to be in them. This is the one product where I can go, yeah, I know what this is. Incidentally, right, when you look at the mini tin, the Arceus figure collection box, the premium collection, etc., it really is looking like these are listings for VMAX Climax in whatever form that ends up being over here. There is then going to be a Spring V Battle Deck and Spring Battle Deck bundle, which is essentially the new lot of V Battle Decks. Remember, the V Battle Decks, they do come as 2 individual decks, or one smashed together. So the third run of them, which is coming out soon, has Rayquaza and Noivern. But then there is the double pack of Rayquaza and Noivern. I don't know which Pokemon Vs they're going to feature, but remember, as much as the first 2, the first pair, were new cards, the second pair and the third pair have been reprints with alternate artwork, so I think it is not guaranteed, of course, but extremely likely that these are going to be reprints with alternate artwork. And there we go. We started off with Sword and Shield 9, where I really can't tell you very much about it. I'm sorry, I wish I could. But the date of 25th of March is kind of cool. It's also worth bearing in mind that we are supposed to have a February set. And we are expecting a November set for Sword and Shield 8, which would mean a February set for Sword and Shield 9. Remember, we had a short gap for Chilling Reign, explicitly so we could be back into our usual February, May, August, November release schedule. So releasing Sword and Shield 9 in March doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me, and I would be really interested to know why that ended up being. I don't have an answer, I'm sorry, but I am really interested to know exactly why that ended up being a thing. There's got to be a reason. I just have absolutely no idea what it is, but that is a month later than we would generally expect. It would not be outside the realm of possibility that actually the 25th of March is the special set release, and Sword and Shield 9 actually ends up coming out in February, because like I've said, ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no way whatsoever we end up getting all of these on the 25th of March. That is absolutely absurd. That is one thing I can say with certainty. There is no way a company as good as Pokémon would end up dropping that many products on one day. That would be ridiculous. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, lots of new products, some we know a fair bit about, some we know almost nothing, and again, all of this is subject to change. Take it with a pinch of salt, but for now, I want to know what you think about all of this. I want to know what you're excited about. Frankly, I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.